until 8 o'clock the following day. Or you can be a Time Lord like me again. And use it and getting Paimon, I mean the god of time, to game. I thought this was gonna be a different one game.
Paimon was thinking all night about what happened with Collei, and still can't figure out what
Chronic
the problem
illness.
might be. Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
Oh no, they. Wee. That's funny.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to go look for you.
Hey, Tighnari.
Tighnari, what are you doing here? Where's Collei?
I came to check on Collei's condition. To put it simply, she's not well.
Are you serious?
You mean she's sick? How could she be... Oh, wait a minute. Could it be because of what Paimon did yesterday?
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Collei's been dealing with for some time.
You're bringing this up
Collei
now.
has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't remembered to take care of herself. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now. It must have been refreshing for her to have you two here.
So, Tighnari, what's really wrong with Collei?
Are you gonna explain this?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Collei just fell asleep after taking her medicine. She needs some peace and quiet.
Oh my god, they're gonna bring this up. Hey guys, so have you ever heard of depression impact? Okay, I'll stop. Yeah, by the fact, if you guys cannot tell, Genshin Story is about to get dark real fast.
Alright, let's continue our conversation here, shall we?
Are you gonna explain the Archon residue?
I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Collei told me just now.
Oh.
I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma.
Wait.
So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Collei is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because... well, because Collei asked me to.
Aw.
And honestly
That's
speaking,
considerate.
I was against Collei revealing her past
Oh
to
my
you.
god, you're actually doing this.
But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
Here we
So,
go.
Tighnari, what exactly is wrong with Collei? You said this is something
Not
she's
just
been
some
dealing
time.
with for some time. Just how
It's been
serious
for a
is it?
few years.
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's
Wait,
been
huh?
afflicted with a disease called Eleazar.
Eleazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body.
What?
At first, the afflicted may only feel mild
I'm gonna
numbness on the
need to pause
affected
that.
area of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued
What
and
on
even
earth?
experience peripheral paresthesia. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immobile.
What the hell? It's like a what? It's like a freaking Medusa effect. What the heck? I didn't know Collei was suffering through this.
That sounds terrifying.
Oh wait, no, they lose all control. Oh wait. So was Eleazar the result of the Archon residue that's inside her that's sealed away? I thought they sealed her away. I thought they sealed the Archon residue away. I mean, like, maybe it could break over time, but God, okay, that is okay. Well, they will lose all control over their body.
Wait, hold on. So when Collei seemed to be acting a little clumsy earlier,
I knew they could bring
it
that
was
back.
because...
Correct. That would be the effects of Eleazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything,
Eleazar.
lest she ends up hurting herself.
So is there any cure for Eleazar?
With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However,
Aww.
There is unfortunately still no true cure for Eleazar. Nevertheless, Collei's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Collei over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and said they had a cure.
Oh, okay, so that's what. So Collei's parents weren't really that bad after all. Because I thought Collei was just given as a. I thought Collei was just sold out as an experiment as a kid. By your own parents. So Collei's birth had this disease called the Eleazar. It's not related to the Archon residue that they injected in her. No. The Fatui said, "Oh, we have a cure for this Eleazar," knowing that they could probably just call it for their experiments, probably to Tori. And they injected it with the Archon residue, and ever since then, she's been getting worse. Now she has the Archon residue that's still dormant, and the Eleazar to deal with.
What? The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you are already familiar with them.
Of course we
That'll
are.
save me some explanation. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Collei and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor.
Give me the rank. Give me the
I have no
rank.
idea how this doctor
Give me the
managed to
rank.
do it, but
Give
her
me
case
the
of
rank.
Eleazar was completely stable for all the years that Collei was with them.
Come on.
However, Collei's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant.
Of course they weren't.
Collei is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars. Even
She's
now,
still scarred by them.
Feel deathly afraid of someone touching her.
Oh, come on, game. Don't do this to me.
Paimon had no idea Collei's been through so much suffering.
Come
By
on.
the way, Paimon, Collei wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to know that she's sorry for hiding her illness.
Dude, once we see the tour, we're gonna be so pissed off.
None of this is her fault at all.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time you see her.
So that's why that's why.
Collei once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such emotional pain again.
We won't. So that would explain why Collei was given at such a young age to the Fatui. It was because they lied to her parents about finding a cure. Secure bringing the Archon residue and torturous experiments over time. And keep in mind, she was still just a kid. She was younger. This was like in Genshin time. This was probably like years ago. Before Traveler and Lumine even touched Tevat. So yeah. Well, I mean, well, this one in this timeline, if the time loop's still a thing. But yeah, Collei has been through pain and suffering for years now. If you guys didn't hate it to before, there's your ass. Here you go.
Don't worry, Tighnari. We'll take good care of her.
How's Collei's condition now?
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself.
So we're talking about the doctor here.
Which is what led to her breakdown this time. As long as she has taken her medicine and gets plenty of rest, she should get better. Though, I must admit that Collei's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning, so I felt compelled to ask her to join us. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always
That's why you
necessary,
couldn't put in the long distance patrols. It's because of the illness and, of course, the dormant Archon residue again.
Alright, now that I've told you about Collei's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some ingredients needed for her medicine. I'll see you two later.
Wait, can we come along?
Yeah, we'd like to do something to help Collei too.
Alright, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who's still recovering like the Traveler. You must follow closely and listen to every instruction.
Yes, sir.
No problemo.
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as Lunar Lotus.
Or Neelot Paula, apparently, that's what.
Hey, Tighnari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Lunar lotus can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the wild.
Oh, I just got.
You
Okay,
are
it's
correct.
funny.
Lunar lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And
My
then
God.
there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh, huh. Okay then.
There should
I
be
feel like there
lunar
should be more.
lotuses growing somewhere in this area. Let's split up and begin searching. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be sufficient.
This music
We'll
though.
rendezvous here once you've gathered the needed amount.
Yo, this battle team is hype. What's aggro towards me? God dang it. You are annoying to fight. Now keep in mind, my traveler is not built Dendro.
Scatter!
Huh.
Worthless!
Oh, so feel yourself.
Boring!
Let's dance.
So yeah, we have different elemental reactions between Dendro, Hydra, and Dendro and Electro, which is why I added Visual and Barbara to this team. Also, I just realized, I think the T is supposed to be silent, and this is really funny because if you guys know about Nilo Paula being called Lunar Lotuses, well, there is a certain character that has similar name with Nilo Paula.
Alright, we've gathered enough lunar lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tighnari.
And her nickname kind of fits towards that as well. I'm not gonna say her
Found the
name,
lotuses you requested.
but you can figure
Let
out.
me take a look.
That's funny.
Good, very good. These are all excellent quality. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have enough time to stock up on some other things I need.
Hey, Tighnari!
Hmm?
Oh, Tighnari, someone's calling your name.
I don't know why you keep pausing like that sometimes.
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just set off not too long ago? What are they doing back so early? Let's go find out what's going on.
Sure. Yeah, I had a feeling we could be stuck here for a bit before we even touch Sumeru City. I knew that was gonna happen. So I'm not even surprised that we are here right now.
Tighnari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
Why?
We just discovered a Withering Zone.
Already?
The Withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already clear just a week ago. It reappeared so quickly. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part
There
of the
it
valley
is.
area. So we decided to come find you as quickly as possible.
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we didn't risk getting any closer.
The vision is here only counted through the
Okay, I
Withering.
understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away. In the meantime, please guide these two back to Gandharvaville.
Wait, Tighnari, why don't you let us help you?
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with many things in these lands. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called the Withering.
Hmm.
The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice before approaching such places.
I don't need a vision.
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest is a dangerous place. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the Withering's corrosive effects for a time.
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a Withering Zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with the proper abilities.
So
deal
that
with
means
it.
you can have more rangers
Only
that has
someone with a
visions as
vision
well
can
as
venture
maybe
within a
playable
Withering
characters.
Zone and find a way to deal with it.
I might be able to help with this. I can also control the elements.
But you don't seem to carry a vision.
I don't need one.
Don't worry, he may not have a vision, but he's a real pro at using the power of the elements.
I've used like 4 elements by this point.
It seems
Wind,
the rumors
earth,
about you are true.
lightning, and
In
now
that
nature.
case, all right, you two may accompany me. We
That's a weird
typically only
bug.
teach visitors how to identify the Withering as they're about to leave Gandharvaville. We'll make an exception today and show you what it looks like up close.
Good. Because the Withering has some very close ties with a certain other element the Traveler may be familiar with. And he's not exactly on friendly terms with this at all. I was about to say I should be able to access through here. There we go. So it's a game mechanic.
Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered. That whole area is kinda gloomy. Even the air looks like it's filled with ash. Oh, Paimon doesn't like the look of this.
That is the Withering. All right, Traveler. We're going to have to enter that Withering Zone. Once inside, we'll need to look for what we call tumors of the Withering.
Tumors?
If we eliminate those, then the area will be saved.
Gotcha. Let's do this.
Thank you. But I must warn you. Don't push yourself. This is your first time handling this sort of thing, after all. Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the Withering Zone, you may experience extreme discomfort. If at any point it becomes too much, return outside the zone and take a breather. It could become a matter of life and death. You ready then? Let's go.
Let's do it.
First, we must locate any branches sustaining the Withering Zone.
I summon
Quicken. So that's the new change that people were talking about. Like Candles of Fire. Oh, Tighnari clear the Withering Zone. Ow. So we actually have similar elements to the Electric from Inazuma actually.
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
Germinate! Propagate!
Now, destroy the tumors of the Withering.
Gone.
We did it! Everything's returning to normal now!
They're just fun.
Yes, thanks to you two. We were able to quickly restore
So
this
it's a temporary
area back to
area.
normal.
Okay, cool.
Tighnari? You make it sound like we did well, but why does Paimon have the feeling you're worried about something?
It's that obvious, huh? Alright, it's like this. Recently, the rate at which the Withering Zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that Withering Zone, it won't be long before another one appears.
This is gonna be a game
If
mechanic.
that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. The Withering is leaving lasting effects on the rainforest itself. For instance, even though we cleared out the Withering Zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover.
That's not good.
This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, directly impacting the wildlife that depends on those plants. And most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase, Collei's case of Eleazar has also become more serious.
Huh? But why is that?
Could the Eleazar be linked with
I'm still
the
not sure of the
Withering?
exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar cases are being reported for patients with other conditions.
Well, okay. We're getting really dark here now, aren't we? Is there no way to permanently get rid of the Withering?
No, none that we know of. The Withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia.
There it
It's said that
is.
it originates from the depths of the world.
We should be familiar
By
with
the
that.
way, have you heard of Irminsul before?
I think I've heard it somewhere before.
Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense, you can basically think of it as a large tree that grows downwards rather than upwards. I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and
So
extending from
many
a massive
lore
cavern
drops.
deep underground,
So
all the
many
way up to
lore
the
drops.
surface.
Spreading and extending. A massive cavern. Sounds a lot like what I saw when I lost consciousness in the cave.
Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient
That's
times
horrible.
to present day.
Wow.
The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly
So
connected
this is just
to it.
an
It is
insane amount of
also
lore
said that
drops, by the
Dendro
way.
Archon's power is a manifestation of Irminsul. And as for the Withering,
Which Dendro
its
Archon?
emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it.
Huh? You mean Irminsul is sick?
That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's familiars a long time ago. But even those mysterious creatures did not know of a cure for Irminsul. I'm afraid we rangers will be battling the Withering Zones here for a long time until a cure is found. Alright, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken care of things here, it's time for us to head back to Gandharvaville.
Oh no. No! Well, I accidentally collected one. Well, there you go. There's your first Dark list. And that's the only one you're gonna see me collect on screen.
Oh, Tighnari, you all made it back. How did it go?
The Withering Zone you reported has been taken care of. No need to worry. Huh. Wait, is that?
Is that a toucan?
Oh no, Haypasia!
Hmm?
Huh? What's wrong, Tighnari?
This Duskbird is Haypasia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived in Sumeru.
Oh, her? How could we forget?
Okay.
So did something happen?
Let me see what's written in the letter first. Oh.
Oh
So
no.
what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Just let Paimon read it. Huh? All Paimon sees are 3 squiggly lines.
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Haypasia's cave to Gandharvaville,
Oh no.
Haypasia resumed her meditation. She must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations.
Really?
This letter is her asking us for help. We need to go.
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you know all that from just a few lines on the paper?
Actually.
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her... well,
Oh.
I'd prefer not to remember that.
1 line equals a
Needless
day.
to say,
I'm
Haypasia's
assuming.
been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible. I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these. Paimon, Traveler, could you two bring these to her?
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations? But will the Traveler be okay if her cave is still filled with that funny incense?
Let's find out. Here, Traveler, take a smell and see. So, how do you feel?
No unusual feelings this time.
Huh? Really? You're not feeling even a little drowsy? But wait, how'd you know that he'd be okay this time, Tighnari?
Back when we were clearing the Withering Zone, I observed that he could adeptly manipulate the dendro element. I knew then
Wow.
that he would be fine. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsol's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw while you were unconscious?
Oh, I guess this is the confrontation. What I saw weren't hallucinations, were they?
That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Though I don't intend to apologize for deceiving you. Because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru, but the entire world of Tevat. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now that that duty has fallen to me, it was part of my responsibilities to ascertain whether you could be entrusted
You were
with the
testing
fate
me.
of Sumeru. Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence, and I no longer feel the need to hide any secrets from you.
Great. So what exactly was it I saw?
When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul.
What?
you witnessed were actually real memories contained within
So
Irminsul
wait, was that
itself.
voice
I could try to
Rukkhadevata
tell you
herself?
more, but it would be better if you went to ask Haypasia instead. Her focus on meditation and use of spirit borneal are aimed at establishing a connection with Irminsul, just as you did.
That sounds nice and all, but will she really help us? Seriously, she completely ignored us the last time we tried talking to her.
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, she must avoid communicating with others. Please, wait here for a moment.
That's funny. I like how they actually kind of like talk about the fact that I used the element again. It's not just a one-off thing. What's that bird doing? Okay.
Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Haypasia, as well as some other ingredients. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her and she'll answer any questions you may have.
Thank you.
No. I should be the one thanking you. You've both been a great help these last few days.
Haypasia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
So Tighnari does know
Haypasia should
about
still be in
Irminsul.
the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
So that's probably why he told us about the Irminsul in the first place after we started using the Dendro element. So maybe we have to use the Dendro element again. Who knows? I don't intend on it though.
Hello? Haypasia?
She disappeared.
Hey! There's nobody here! Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
What was that sound? It sounds like it's coming from inside the cave. Oh, how much do I bet that this is gonna hint towards Kusanali? It's Haypasia. Is she okay? Oh my god, it's a Korok. What was that? What, are you gonna make me fall into another hallucination?